Today, I'm very pleased to announce that we are launching new pilots that will provide permanent residency status for caregivers as soon as they arrive in Canada. The biggest change coming in these new pilots will be providing a one-step immigration process. I'm also pleased to share that we are lowering, out of fairness, the language requirements to Canada Language Benchmark 4 under these new.
Hello guys, today we have some exciting news for caregivers around the world who dream of making Canada their home. Canada has just announced a new permanent resident pilot program specifically for caregivers, and the good news is that you get permanent residency or PR on arrival. On June 3rd, Canada's Immigration Minister Mark Miller has unveiled an innovative caregiver pilot program designed to streamline the path to permanent home care professionals. Starting late this year or early 2025, the way on how caregivers are recruited to Canada will be integrated to the Canada healthcare system. This is good news because it's an acknowledgement of essential work caregivers do and a step towards addressing the labor shortages in this vital sector. Canada, just like most Western countries, are having aging population and they will need overseas healthcare workers to help their health system. Now let's go straight into action and let me break down everything you need to know about this permanent residence pilot program for caregivers, which was announced recently. Before we start, let's just look at who caregivers are. Caregivers include those who take care of children, the elderly, or individuals with high medical needs. So this new program aims to make it easier for these dedicated professionals to not only work in Canada but also to become permanent residents. Now let's look at the eligibility criteria. How do you qualify for this program? The first thing that was stated is your work experience. Applicants must demonstrate that they have the relevant skills or experience in this sector. This can be shown with a good CV. I'll leave a free template in the description where you can download and edit it to suit your skills. And note that you don't have to use one CV for all applications. If you have a CV you use for a job in the UK, Germany, or the United States, you don't have to use it for this application. You just need to have a unique CV to show skills that you are indeed a caregiver and you have the skills, you have worked for a year or more and you qualify for this program. You just don't grab any CV that you used some years ago to apply. Getting a good CV is a must. After getting your CV, the next thing you have to do is to get a job from a Canadian employer. And where can you find this? Well, Canada has a site called the Job Bank where you can go there and look for jobs as an overseas applicant. And also you can go to Indeed Canada. If you are already in Canada, you can go to canadiannanny.ca and so on. There are a whole lot of websites that I will leave some of them in the description where you can go and familiarize yourself with all these websites. Now let's look at the third criteria. The third criteria is your language skill. You have to show proficiency in English or French. You know, Canada is a country where French and English are their major language. So you have to demonstrate that you are able to speak one of these languages. And how can you provide this? So in Canada, they have something they call the Canadian Language Benchmark, the CLB, and you have to get level 4 of this in English or French. Now let's refer to the official conversion tables provided by the Canadian Immigration Authorities to see where IELTS fits with this CLB level 4. So according to these tables, the equivalent IELTS scores for CLB level 4 are listening 4.5, reading 3.5, writing 4.0, speaking 4.0. This can be IELTS general, and I think this is a very good score that everyone on this platform will get, regardless of your English level. You can meet this criteria or this IELTS score. So please, if you haven't written IELTS, go to my playlist. I have an IELTS playlist where I give you some introduction to IELTS. Just go through it and familiarize yourself with the IELTS test. So now if you think that writing IELTS is still not worth it because of the UK immigration process, which has slowed down recently, you have to think twice, because countries like Germany, recently Canada, USA, New Zealand, Australia, or require you to write an English test to prove that you can speak English before you get permanent residency. Do not be deceived by traveling agencies who say that they can get you permanent residency without an English test. That is almost unachievable. Well, you can get a visit visa or a tourist visa, but not a permanent residence. Enough of English test. Let's go to the third criteria. The third criteria is your education. You have to get a minimum of a Canadian high school diploma. This is equivalent to senior high school minimum for applicants in Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, and most other African countries. Now, the good thing is that this program will not only benefit caregivers, but also their families. Now, let's look at the application process. So, the application process, as explained by the minister, will be simpler and much straightforward as compared to the previous years. We still are in the early days, and the Canadian government will come out to explain how it's gonna be like. Maybe it will be like how it used to be previously, where portals will be open in January and people have to apply, and if it stays that way, we will come here and update you. But whilst we wait for the official communique from the government, what you have to do is to gather your documents. You have to collect all the necessary documents, including your proof of work experience, educational credentials, language tests. Familiarize yourself with how to get jobs in Canada, which I will leave the links in the description. So if you are a caregiver dreaming of starting a new life in Canada, now is the perfect time to explore this opportunity. Start now. Don't wait. Please don't wait. This will be the simpler permanent residency pathway for overseas applicants I have ever seen roll out successfully. Ever. Not even UK come near, because this is going to be very simple. Look at their IELTS score. So guys, stay tuned to our channel for more updates when it's rolled out. So detailed information about the application process and full eligibility criteria will be released closer to the pilot launch. So they haven't actually launched the program. This is to ensure that potential candidates are well prepared, and you have to take advantage of this opportunity. So once again, whilst we wait, get your passport if you don't have, get your birth cert, your English exams, your CV, and just get any document to help you in your application process. And let me put a disclaimer here again that none of the staff here nor myself are immigration officers or experts. The information we share here are sought from the official news portals and personal experiences. Do not pay huge sums to anyone to help you to do your job application. Try and do it on your own first before you seek help. Thank you for watching. Come back for more news when it starts. Watch other videos on this channel, and also do well to visit our IELTS playlist. Guys, don't downplay the importance of an English test. Don't downplay IELTS. If you haven't written it, please start now. Try and learn more about it. Go to my playlist, go to other portals, learn about IELTS. Now that most of these Western countries are opening up, this is a good time for us to also explore. Take your nursing career or your caregiver, your nursing assistant program to the next level, and take advantage of all this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hit the like button, give us a comment. Until then, see you next time. Bye.